Ah, that didn't work so well. Okay, I got 2 kills. You need to be an organized squad for that shit. We could have killed that tank there, but he had too many people protecting him. Hi guys, this is Matti, and it has been requested quite a few times now actually that I make a video where I dedicate at least a portion of it to positioning, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it here. And as we start off this video with the beginning of a round on Amy, and what you saw here was a situation where we could have, if we had an organized squad, we could have quite quickly taken out that tank. Also, the British side is going to take E quite quickly, and then a big portion of their team is going to go straight for D. So from the position where I was with the car, we could have shot a lot of them from behind. So now here is another situation about positioning where it becomes crucial. Notice how I get behind cover here before I prone and deploy the bipods. And what it does is that it allows me to deploy the bipods without being in line of sight of the sentry guy there. And also, it's quite easy for me to predict where the sentry soldier is going to show up, so I don't have to adjust my aim. I can actually pre-aim quite reliably. So now next up here, we're still in the beginning of the very same round, resupplying myself with this support kit from the guy that I just killed, and this little alley here is another path that is quite common for the British team to take in the beginning, especially if they face some resistance at D, which is the case now since we were able to capture D. Now what this particular position allows me to do is to bounce the grenade and almost, or well, basically let me control where I want it to land. Now the way I do that is by, of course, where I aim on the wall, but most importantly how high up on the wall I aim. Now I don't get all that many kills, but notice how incredible amount of damage I actually deal to the enemy team here, and some of them are forced back, and in some cases, would I for example have had the dynamite here, I could have gotten a lot more kills. Now what is bad about this positioning, however, is the place where I put the ammo box. I should have put the ammo box a little bit like a couple of meters more in the direction of where I am right now, because otherwise I think I actually might resupply my enemies through, or who are on the other side of the wall. You actually do resupply through the wall with a big ammo crate. So that wasn't all that well planned, but it all happened really fast. So here we have another example. It's also the beginning of a round. Now we're in Argonne Forest, and what I want to do here is that I want to get up to this little, well, the side of the bridge, I should say, where there is this stationary MG. Now I do this because I know that there is always, or basically in every round, a lot of people that gathers up here. And in this case, first I land one dynamite kill, second one doesn't hit anything, but then I have the third one tossing it, and I get another double. So obviously movement and flanking is a big part of your positioning, and in this case we'll see, actually we're gonna have 2 examples here of me taking out a tank that is coming down the same path from B. Now in this first example I decided to take this little mid-alley. I'm trying to resupply myself, or I'm trying to see if I should switch kit. Instead I go around here and get behind the tank. This is probably one of the easiest explained and the most common and basic flanks you can ever take. Get behind the tank and blow it up, in this case with dynamite. Now after taking out this tank I'm not in a very good situation. I'm down to like 32 hit points, and I'm in a situation where it's really hard to predict where my enemies are going to show up. Now what this would be is a pretty good example of bad positioning, but then again I did want to take that tank out, so sometimes you just end up in bad situations just because you have a certain goal. Now I was able to pick off a few more guys here, and if I would have had the right support from a few more squad mates, I probably could have provided spawn here to capture the B flag. Now next up here we are in a very similar situation. There is another tank coming down the same road from B going towards D. However, this time around it is going to be almost impossible for me to take the same path here to the left, because here with just one half clip, or not even a half clip, I'm actually picking off 3 guys. I was just lucky to stay alive there. I guess they didn't expect me really. Now, in this situation, luckily, the enemy tank is spotted, and as it decides to push forward once again, I'm able to hit it with one of my anti-tank grenades. I disable it, and because I'm standing next to an ammo crate here, I'm actually allowed to spam a few more of these nades. Now, you might ask why I didn't use the AT rocket gun in this situation, but since I was in range to throw the grenades, and I was able to resupply them basically as fast as I could throw them, at least for a few times, I didn't want to take the risk to prone and make myself an easy target for that tank that I was countering, not to mention all these other infantry players that were next to it. So yeah, the video will continue with quite a few more of these examples. I hope it will be helpful, and I think that this line of thought actually helps even in other games than Battlefield 1. Fact is, when it comes to these types of strategies, and I have quite a few of them, the moment I started playing Battlefield 1, I almost instantly decided how I would have the basics of it, and even now, 2.5 years later, I haven't had to change basically any of it. The strategies in Battlefield 1 are very similar to what I've used in other similar games in the past, and normally when you change from one game to another, there are only slight variations of the basic strategies that, yeah, you can just make some alterations to. Now, later in this video, you'll also see the very ending of a kind of crazy round I had on Amiens. I actually have the full round on my secondary channel if you want to check it out, if you haven't already. Anyway, I really hope you will enjoy the rest of the video, and big thanks for watching.
Nice, man.
I got the AA truck. AT rocket gun on that plane, and I'm not American.
It's very delicious. A lifetime going big for me.
That's an enemy shot.
Nice.
What?
What
Good
was
job.
that?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Get fucking.
There was not a vehicle. There was people. Only players.
That's a get fucking wrecked moment.
A wrecked fucking get moment.
Oh, more inside.
For fucking wrecked to get.
Oh,
Don't shoot the friendly medic. Ouch.
that was fucking nuts.
We have lost objective Duff.
We have an election. What are you talking? Are you talking about a governmental election in Greece zone, or what are you
Yeah,
talking?
yeah.
Oh, it's coming for you. Okay. So how does it look in terms of polls? In terms of, do you agree with where your politics is going, or?
It's totally shit, medic.
It's shit, huh?
Both directions.
Are you sure you're not talking about Sweden?
Yeah.
Return to the combat area.
stay alive all that time? Oh,
The south tank is really low.
And a lot of menu on me.
there's a tank here.
An enemy airship has arrived.
Ora lancio una granata. Questa granata è tutta per loro.
Tutta bello! I tutta bello him.
Grenade out, watch your head. Grenade out. Look like it.
Will that hit? Yeah.
We have taken objective butter.
Nice.
We have taken objective apples.
Damn son.